So right now I just kind of stopped over. There's something I want to show you that's cool. So when you put your vehicle in park, the electronic parking brake comes automatically. So that's one cool feature that you find with all Corollas, even with the base. But I think now the base, yeah, even come with electronic. But in 2020, the L used to come with the manual parking brake, but not anymore. Now, if you were to buy used, even if the L comes with the electronic parking brake. So when you put in park, that's what you get. And then if you put it in drive or reverse, it's off. But then if you put it in park again, it comes on. Some other competitors, they don't really come with that. So you have to put it in park and then you have to turn it on. But with Toyota, you don't have to do that. So that's one cool thing about it. And then while we're gonna drive again, I'm just gonna talk about some good and bad about these vehicles and compared to other vehicles that I've been in, the advantages and disadvantages. So that's what we're going to talk about now while we're here. So for the 5 years that I've had, when it comes to seats, now one thing I will mention is like my father is like a Nissan Sentra, like a 2024, so I've been in it. So when it comes to seats, I find the seats in the Nissan, they are much more comfortable, but the material that they use in those seats, I find it gets very dirty easily. So I'm constantly cleaning his car, so that's one thing I don't like about his seats. But whereas these kind of seats that I got in here, they are very easy to clean and also long lasting. I find those ones with the material, they last longer. Now for the driving impressions though, I did drive a Honda Civic, and I find the Civic is more like engaging. This one, it's so and so. I find it's on the soft side, and I didn't mention how the soft ride it is. Now, as for the wheels, I didn't mention the 16s are the perfect for this kind of vehicle. The 18s, I just find they are harsher. So when you purchase a used vehicle, just keep in mind, you're not just buying the vehicle, you know, when you buy the vehicle, just think of the tires, because that's one of the costs. Now, and I didn't mention the regular maintenance of this vehicle. That's all I've done. So please, those who tell you Toyotas are reliable, yes, they are reliable, but you have to make sure you do your oil changes. Oil changes are like the biggest thing you have to do. I know this has a timing chain, the Hondas have a timing belt, and the engine that I have, the 1.8, it's a port injection only. Now, if we were to get like a 2023 and above, it has both the GDI and port injection. So this one is just a port injection. So the carbon valves, it gets clean. So that's one less maintenance to worry about. So that's what I like about this engine compared to the current one. Now the Sentra that I was talking about is just a direct injection only. And I think the new Honda Civics now, if you get like the 2024 and above, they just come with direct injection. But if one were to purchase the Honda Civic, get the 2-liter from 2022 and below, because they also come with the port injection. So that's the engine I'll get if I was getting a Honda Civic. The 1.5 turbo, I would avoid it like a plague. Anything with a turbo, it's a no-no. So this vehicle I did purchase because it doesn't have a turbo. So that might be the reason why I don't really have too many issues. Oh, and another thing, this car, that's unique. This car doesn't come with start and stop. So, you know, with cars, when you go on a stop, the engine turns off. You may find it in other Toyotas like the RAV4. I don't know if the Camry has it. I will have to double check. But I know the RAV4s have it. The Highlander has it. The Sequoia, the 4Runner, they all have that. But the Corolla, they don't have that yet. And I think that's like, I don't know if the Mazda has it. I have to double check. But the auto start stop, this vehicle doesn't have at all. Oh, and here, another thing while I'm driving, right now there's no vehicle, so the auto high beams are on. So there's like a blue icon right there. So when the vehicle comes towards me, that feature turns off. And then when the vehicle opposite me passes me, then the blue light turns on for the auto high beam. So that's actually one of my favorite features for a Corolla. Now with old vehicles, you turn the high beams on manually, on and off. But with this, you don't even have to do anything. And I did show you the auto high beam lighting earlier when I was checking the interior of the vehicle. But because it's on, that's why it's on. So I just find that's cool. I know I'm talking about a lot of stuff, but so with other vehicles in the similar category, the Mazda 3, I did mention that I did buy because of the multi-link rear suspension. Now, if you were to get with the 2023 and above, even the L, the LE, you're gonna get the torsion beam. So if you're gonna get the multi-link rear suspension, it will be the SE trim and above. So that's another reason why I plan to keep this vehicle, because I have the multi-link and everything else with it. So that's another reason why I would never trade that vehicle, because of that. Now, another thing that I want to mention, the gauge right here, if you get the 2023 model and above, it's a bit different. The information, it's like in the center. This right here will be on the right side. So that's one difference you're going to notice when you get into 2023 model. So I just thought I would let you guys know. And yeah, now one negative thing I have about this vehicle, if you're someone who is techy, who loves technology, this vehicle is not for you. If you want like tech vehicle, like something that's high tech, you can go to Hyundai and Kia. They can offer you that. And for me, Hyundai and Kia, to me, they are like vibe vehicles, and that's why they always change. Every 3 years they always change the designs, so they're all about the trend. So if you're about trend, that's where I'll go. But if you're about the engines and long-term reliability, this will be my first take, the Toyota. And my number 2, believe it or not, is the Mazda. If it wasn't for a good deal for this one, I would have gone and got myself a Mazda 3, if I'm being honest with you. So Mazda 3, maybe Subaru would have been my 3rd one. Honda would have been my 4th one, actually. So that's how I go by ranking. So if for anyone who wants to buy a vehicle, Toyota will be my 1st one, Mazda will be my 2nd, and the list kind of goes on that way. But right now, with the way the economy is, if you go to Honda right now, you could probably find a brand new Honda. I'll probably get the hybrid. But of course, if you're going to get the Honda hybrid, it's going to cost more. So it just depends what you want. Now, Toyota, unfortunately though, to get a brand new one, even the gas model, you're looking about 6-month wait right now. So that just shows you how high in demand they are. So the hybrid, it takes even longer. So that's one problem that Toyota has. But if you go on the used market right now, these ones, the 2020s or even the 2022, 2023s, you're going to find the cost as much as the brand new. So if you were to buy, I would recommend just get a brand new one. But if you're going to get a brand new one, you are probably going to wait. So just keep that in mind. I'm talking about here in Canada. I don't know about the United States. You can probably get them right away. But here in Canada, we have inventory shortages for Toyota. So that's one negative I have right now. So they are like the victims of their own success, because now everyone knows how reliable Toyotas are. So they're in high demand. But for a 2020 model, the only other negative I have is the storage space. My old vehicle was like a Matrix, so I used to have more storage space. So if you are like a smoker, if you are having like some small change, this vehicle is not for you, because you don't have much to put on space wise. I did show you the inside of this inventory of my compact box there. It's not much, so I had to adjust on what to carry. So if you're someone who likes to carry a lot of stuff, this vehicle, unfortunately, when it comes to those compartment spaces, it's not for you. So that's another thing I wanted to mention. But everything else though, everything works the way it should, so I have no complaints on that. So the Android Auto thing, like I said, that's the only negative thing when it comes to tech side of things. But everything else is just the simplicity of it, and that's one thing I like about the Corolla, just the simplicity of it. So that's all I can mention about the negatives, but everything else has been positive. And you guys can leave comments in the comment section if you have any questions. I'll be able to answer and tell you what to find and what not. So that's all I'm gonna say, and I think I'm gonna stop the video right here.